Good morning. Now, every September, New York transforms into something peculiar. Traffic snarls like Lagos on a rainy Monday. Hotel prices soar faster than the Naira-dollar rate. And world leaders descend in their convoys for what I like to call the UNGA-Games. It's not quite the Olympics, but the competition is just as fierce. Speeches fly like arrows, promises drop like confetti, and the winners are the leaders who manage to make headlines, even if nothing really changes when they return home. Now, Africa always comes to the UNGA with a shopping list. Think of it as that long Christmas wish list that a child gives their parents, knowing fully well that Santa's budget is limited. We ask for debt relief, because honestly, if you're paying $40 billion in interest annually, you're not investing in your people. We ask for climate change and finance, because while we produce less than 4% of global emissions, we get the worst floods, droughts, and heat waves. We ask for security support because our wars from the Sahel to Sudan rarely trend on CNN unless oil prices are at stake. And of course, we ask for UN Security Council reform, a permanent African seat at the high table instead of standing at the back like ushers. But here's the plot twist. These demands aren't new. They've been recycled through decades of UNGA sessions like Nollywood sequels. Different cast, same storyline. The Cold War era, same debates. Post-Iraq war, still the same. Even last year, the same pledges were made about climate finance and development funding. And execution, well, let's be generous. Let's say 20% reality, 80% applause and head nods. So, why do we keep showing up for the UNGA-Games if the medals rarely come home? Because visibility matters. In a world where Africa is often reduced to conflicts, coups, and corruption, UNGA offers a microphone. And microphones in diplomacy are power. They keep African issues in the room, and sometimes that's the only way to keep them alive. The Games may not deliver trophies, but they ensure Africa isn't benched. And Nigeria? Well, let's talk about that. We've always played the role of Africa's striker at the Games, and this year, Vice President Kashim Shettima carried the ball. He spoke about global security, pointing fingers at hotspots like Israel and Palestine, where conflict feels like a movie series that refuses to end. And it was a solid delivery, quite frankly, sir. A for effort. The applause was actually deafening. It was good, and it was deserved. But here's where the story bites. While Shettima was highlighting bombs in Gaza, our own villages in Zamfara, they were running from bandits with AK-47s. While he spoke about collective responsibility, our people in Kogi state felt restless with fear. While he urged the world to act fast, families in Plateau are burying loved ones after just another mass killing. That's the contradiction. Nigeria plays the moral referee abroad, but struggles to enforce the rules here at home. And Nigerians, well, they notice. We do know. Every single time a leader jets off to New York with big speeches, the people left behind in IDP camps or those paying ransom for kidnapped relatives ask, so what about us? I mean, it's really not cynicism. It's lived reality. The UNGA-Games may boost Nigeria's diplomatic profile, but until insecurity at home is tackled with the same urgency as Gaza or Ukraine, the applause will always ring hollow. So yes, congratulations, Sir Vice President Shettima. You showed up, you spoke well, and you carried Nigeria's flag. Well, that matters. But back home, Northerners are still living through what feels like a slow-motion genocide caught between insurgents, bandits, and government promises that often don't materialize. What they need is less global clapping and more local action. Because in the end, the true test of leadership isn't how you play the UNGA-Games abroad. It's whether your people feel safe enough to clap for you here at home. Let that be your food for thought, dear Vice President. Once again, thank you very much for representing Nigeria as our striker number 10. That was a beautiful speech, and I love your accent. In any case, ladies, gentlemen, everyone around the world, and those at UNGA, welcome to Breakfast Extra. My name is Mazino Appeal. It's going to be 3 hours of great conversations here. And of course, I'll be doing it just by myself today, alone. No, I joke. I'm sorry. I've got Queen. Sorry, Queen. Good morning. Just a little bit of humor this morning.
UNGA-Games.
How you doing? You good?
I am great.
You're as tired as I am this week?
Yes, for some reason. 'Cause I think our spirits in New York while we're here.
Tell you what, let's come there. Let's get the show on the road.
Amazing monologue. That was beautiful.
We're going to have fun today. All right. Thank you. Thank you.